Welcome to Texas Hunter subscribe.
You heard her, everyone. If you're new here, definitely click that subscribe button and hit the like button as well. So, I got my daughter Emma here. She wanted to help me open a package that we received from JACKSPANIA. He donated this to the build from his eBay page. So, huge shout out to JACKSPANIA for this donation. I'm sure whatever it is, we will definitely put it to good use for the K-swap setup on the truck. So, I'm going to have Emma here using these children's scissors to cut it open from this spot right here. So just be very careful and get up there and cut it open. You can go ahead and start right there. Probably be the easiest way, right? Okay. It's kind of tough to open.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, you got it. We're just going to go across here. Okay. You want to pull whatever's in there out.
Ooh.
Wonder what this is. What? Do you know what it is?
I'm gonna open it. Open.
Show the camera. Wow. Do you know what it is?
Like that.
No, it's a gauge.
Oh.
Okay, so he sent us a fuel rail. Awesome. That's awesome. And we've got a little gauge for fuel pressure.
That has water in it.
Yes, it's a liquid-filled fuel gauge. So that way when there's engine vibrations, it still reads accurate because the liquid will absorb the vibration. Pretty interesting, huh? So that will go right here where this plug is. And he did provide the one that I am using currently. Since I'm not running AN fittings on the fuel system currently, he sent this so that way it can screw in and still retain the factory fuel line for an RSX or whatever.
It won't work.
Oh, it'll work. We'll have to get this plug out of here real quick, okay? So let me try to find what size this is.
It's a ramen noodles plug.
Alright, so I found out what size it is right here. And I'm just gonna take that out real quick. Not very loud, is it? And then we can put... Oh, you want to turn it on there? Okay. Look at you being a big helper today. Okay, well, we do the rest of the way with this because if you spin this part too much, it can break it. So we start using a tool down there to tighten it the rest of the way down. But it'll look something like this. And then it even came with a plug. That way.
Open it. It looks like a nut.
Here. There you go. You can pull it out of there. Emma's being a really big help today. Okay. You know where that screws in? Nope. 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 Oh, yep. Goes right there. Here, let me help. Okay. So we'll tighten that down all the way so that it's before we install it. But yeah, it's really nice quality. So I definitely recommend this one, especially if you're not running an AN fitting. But I know that he does have AN fittings available to purchase so that you can just plug the AN fitting, like the 6 AN fitting on that side. And then you can also run one on this side for a return system with a fuel pressure regulator, which eventually I think I will do a fuel pressure regulator system. We'll see what the fuel pressure reads at. But huge shout out again to JACKSPANIA for donating this to the K-swap build. I greatly appreciate these donations. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and install this on the truck and we'll see what the fuel pressure reads because the fuel system is hooked up properly and I can definitely measure, see what kind of fuel pressure we're running. So I want to give a huge shout out to my daughter Emma for helping me unpackage this. Is there anything else you want to add before you have to go in?
Let me in. It's a ramen noodle.
So the intercooler is a ramen noodle slide now, so that's what they're officially referred to. I did not know that. Thanks for the info on that, Emma. But I'm going to have you go inside while I install the fuel rail onto the K20, okay?
I love playing.
You love playing?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go inside and play, and I'm going to get this installed. Say bye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the camera set up. Okay, so we've got the fuel rail, the factory one right here. I have a 12mm bolt here, 12mm bolt there. And then over here, I have the factory line adapter for the RSX, and it has these little push pins right here on the sides. So I'm basically just going to push those in. But before I do that, I'm going to be putting some shop rags around because this thing has some serious fuel pressure and it is crazy powerful. So I'm gonna go ahead and just squeeze them with my fingers because they're not very hard to remove. And that way all the fuel pressure is in those rags right there. Then I have the injector clips, and just for a good reference so that you know, we go on, it goes brown, red, blue, yellow. And what I mean by that is this: brown, red, blue, yellow. Brown is cylinder 1, red is cylinder 2, blue is cylinder 3, and yellow is cylinder 4. This is also the same for J series, at least on my J32 supercharged Acura TL. It goes brown, red, blue, yellow for the first 4 cylinders. Then after that, the colors are a little different. But just wanted to point that out real quick for anyone wondering. I'm going to go ahead and undo these 2 bolts, get the fuel injectors out of there, and we'll get everything swapped over to the other rail. Okay, this is the factory fuel rail and injectors. Now there's a little O-ring at the bottom here. You want to make sure those are all accounted for. If not, definitely go back, find them, and put them on. What I like to do to install the injectors in the new rail is you can just use some motor oil or PB Blast or something. I use Bestline's No Squeak. Information is in the description if you want to get some of this. Really good stuff. You can even clean firearms with it. 1001 uses. It's really cool. So you can get 20% off purchase price by using code DGUY20, so definitely check it out. Really good product. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the new rail. I'm basically just going to make sure to get it nice and lubed up so it just goes right in with no issue. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the rest of the 3, and we'll get it reinstalled. Okay, now that we've got all the injectors on the rail, everything I went ahead and tightened down already. So it's good to install. So I'm just going to go back and reinstall it the same way. Before I do that though, I do need to pull this little plastic clip off carefully, transfer it over to the new one, and it is good to go. Alright, I had to swap out the ends on both sides and put this on the correct direction because I had it on backwards. I got everything tightened up, sprayed some No Squeak lubricant on the O-rings. So now we're basically just going to install it as if it were stock. Putting a little bit of wiggle in there to make sure the O-rings get seated properly and they're not binding up. And with it all the way down, there is a little gap. Not to worry, we won't tighten it too tight. You can easily put some washers or spacers under there. But I've done this plenty, so I know exactly how much. If this is your first time, just be careful. Don't tighten it too tight. You can break things. So the whole engine's moving when I try to shake this rail, but not the rail itself, so it's good and tight. So now we'll go ahead and reconnect the factory fitting on here, and that's it. It's that simple. Now remember, when plugging all the injector clips in the order: cylinder 1, brown; cylinder 2, red; cylinder 3, blue; cylinder 4, yellow. Cylinder 1 is by the front of the engine, or the timing cover is cylinder 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key forward, and we'll see what kind of fuel pressure it brings. All right, here we go. So as you can see, 60 psi upon the initial starting of the fuel pump, then drop down to about 52. It's really not too terrible. So this will work. This will work great. The higher the fuel pressure, the more we can get out of the injectors anyways, so I'm not too mad. Now, if we have to go through, we get bigger injectors, then I will have to turn the fuel pressure down some. But for right now, this is going to work fine for this setup. But as you see, it definitely works exactly as advertised. So huge shout out again to JACKSPANIA for always providing good parts and donating this to the build. I will not forget this. Everybody, please go buy something from their eBay store and support them, because awesome products as usual. So I am super happy with how this is turning out. We are getting closer by the day. I kind of have some stuff mocked up over here I want to show you. They're not tightened down or anything, so just getting the idea. We've got from the filler neck over here. This is actually the factory piece from the Mazda B2300. And then I have it run over here with one of the flexible hoses, which isn't the right size. Goes all the way to the back and pretty close. So I have a general idea of how I'm going to have it. Plus, if you're worried, the exhaust will not be an issue. It will clear it. And I can put heat shielding over that and stuff like that. But definitely making some progress for sure on that. We're pretty close. We can get it started once we get the computer or the immobilizer figured out. And the drive shaft situation will be coming out in another video, but we've got it all figured out. So I will have a drive shaft video coming soon as well. But the next video will definitely be putting the intercooler kit on for sure. So definitely stay tuned for that. Definitely hit that subscribe button and turn the bell icon on to get notified of every upload, because we definitely have more coming out on this. But I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I appreciate each and every one of you who look in the description, hit that like button, and share my videos around. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next video. As I like to say, God bless, stay safe, stay awesome.